Everyone's already seen the news on Urban Meyer. I'm not going to go ahead and repeat this. What he allegedly did to Josh Lambo is inexcusable for any employer to lay their hands or kick an employee, let alone be the head coach of an NFL team, kicking another player. That is grounds for firing, grounds for termination in a real-world job, and it should be grounds for termination in a NFL job. Granted, the NFL and Jacksonville Jaguars have to do an investigation of what's going on, what happened, but it is completely inexcusable, and this should be the last step in order to have Urban Meyer lose his job as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I said this in podcasts before, and I believe it to be true. I do not believe Urban Meyer will be the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars after this season, and definitely not going into next season upon the investigation results. Urban Meyer needs to fucking get out of Jacksonville and not come back to the NFL. I'm done with this shit.
Well, we did not need to wait on an investigation. The very next day after Mike made that wonderful video, Urban Meyer left the building. That's right. Welcome back to Dimes on Duval. Alongside Mike Yaji and remotely Skylar Chase, I am Keith Manzi. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, fellas. It's been a while.
Indeed.
Happy holidays, everyone. We know it's been a while, but we just wanted to focus a little bit on spending the time with our loved ones for sure over the last month.
Yeah, and we needed to regroup. I think we finished the year on a strong note. That clip that you just heard was a video that Mike made that was supposed to go on our Instagram. I actually fell asleep before I could get him the picture he needed to go with it, so it never got posted. But it's a good segue into the new year. But speaking of the new year, as we record this, we are in the 4th of the month. New Year's resolutions, guys. We got any resolutions? Skylar, you got any New Year's resolutions?
I guess just probably just keep my finances better. Gotta save money and spend it at the same time. So want to be able to enjoy life more by doing more and having money to spend on like experiences and such, I guess.
Understandable. That's a good one. Mike, what about you?
Mine is I really want to do some more traveling this year, whether it's going to other states or even other cities in the state of Florida. Just why not? 'Cause last year I kind of had a hell of a year with a multitude of things, and I just didn't have time to travel, so I definitely want to plan on increasing my traveling here this upcoming 2022.
Yeah, and COVID definitely played a part of that. I mean, couldn't really travel with that anyway, but now things are sort of opening again. I mean, I know the new variant is what it is, but that's a good one. Traveling is something that we all need to do more of because, you only have one life.
Exactly. That's what my mentality is. And what I really want to do later on this year, we'll see. I really want to hit as many road games of the Jaguars as I can. That is a goal of mine this year.
My resolution is, it's so cliche, but it's to be better, to better myself. I'm trying to take care of my body more. Obviously, that includes going to the gym, but I want to make sure, I take care of my skin. I take care of my muscles, my knees, my ankles. We're not young pups anymore, so I want to get back into shape to where I can go out and someone be like, "Hey, man, you want to go play a pickup game of basketball?" And I'd be like, "Heck yeah!" Instead of being like, "Oh man, is my body going to be able to take it?" I'm that level of out of shape. So
I'm kind of with you on that, especially after my ankle surgery. So it's like I'm kind of scared to go back because I don't want to re-aggravate the injury for myself. But that's definitely a thought I've had.
We need a Dimes on Duval golf date one day.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, with Coastal's always an option, obviously. Maybe we can do like some type of giveaway where we can have a random listener be our fourth at Coastal, and then also we can do a regular outing at some point.
That's true. We could.
With all you're talking about bodies and stuff, that it's definitely more important now that we have to pay for our own insurance. At least, might be a work benefit for some of y'all, but as an adult, definitely when you have to pay your own bills, the injuries don't need to happen.
And they don't go away as fast either.
What was that?
They don't go away as fast either.
Oh yeah, definitely. Luckily for me, my my mom and brother got me some skateboard supplies so I could learn how to skateboard.
Hey, there you go. Very dangerous,
so
but
that's going the opposite direction. I'm gonna bust my ass so many times.
Well, let's get into this episode. We got a lot going on here. Oh, wait, I forgot about our Jaguars resolution. So this is just a fun little thing I thought of while I was on my lunch break today. Jaguars resolution. We, for some reason, get to cut one player from the team immediately. Effective immediately, we get to cut one player. Skylar, who are you cutting and why?
All right. I'm going with number 42, Andrew Wingard, known as Dewey. He's so annoying to watch. He whiffs on tackles all the time. He just goes away from them, just avoids the contact. And then when he does stop someone for a 3-yard gain, he's running, celebrating like he just made a huge play to change the momentum, and it's just annoying and frustrating to watch. And that was someone Urban really stuck up for during the season. He loves himself some mini Kid Rock. So.
Mini Kid Rock, I like that. I don't hate Wingard as much as I did last season.
Wingard should have been cut before the season started.
Agreed. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't really care. He's just the whole defense. Mike, who you got?
I actually was gonna go Laviska Shenault, but I just changed it. I just thought of someone else. Honestly, I'm gonna stick with Shenault, but I'm gonna wait for my honorable mention at the end of this segment here. But Sir Drop Salat Shenault needs to get the hell out of Jacksonville. All he can catch is COVID, clearly.
Bam.
I do not like Laviska Shenault. He has not had one touchdown, and it's been 17 games. So, I'm sorry, 17 weeks. But this is a joke. This is an embarrassment. Shenault is an embarrassment to any receiver that comes out of Colorado or any player that comes out of Colorado. I don't like Laviska Shenault. I've said it since earlier this year in the podcast. I'm not a fan of him.
Oh, yeah,
and
we
I
know.
hope we get rid of him after this year. Hope the new general manager, and yes, I did say new general manager because there is absolutely no Sean Hell. Trent Baalke should be the GM going into next year. Hopefully he trades Shenault for like a 4th-round pick. I don't care. Get him off this team.
Before, Keith, you answer, I just want to ask Mike, are you going to the game this week?
Yes, I am.
And are you donning clown attire?
That is correct.
All right.
Now,
That's gonna be cool. You do take pictures of that.
Oh, I definitely will. Now, if Baalke does get fired before Sunday, then no, I'm not wearing the clown attire. The whole purpose of the clown attire, for anyone that has not seen it, is to make fun of Shad Khan's decisions as owner in terms of the football side. Not the human being, but the football decisions made by Shad Khan, because those are clownish decisions.
Look out for those pictures on our Instagram, though, if so. I can't wait to see that, Mike.
Yeah.
It's going to be cute.
I've got a wig, nose, and a vest coming, and a tie, so it'll be, yeah.
Are they teal, or is it just like rainbow colors?
No, they're rainbow color like a clown would wear.
Cliche clown. It. I like it.
Yeah.
You should get one of those twirly flowers that squirts water.
I'm debating getting one of those little horns, the horns. Yeah, but I don't think the security would let us in with that.
I don't think you'll get those in. There's some plastic ones you might be able to get in.
Yeah.
Like the squeezing ones.
The fact that this is becoming an issue for national media is hilarious to me. So
it is. Skylar, I was looking on Twitter before we started the episode. New York Giant fans are doing it for Joe Judge. So it's hashtag fire Joe Judge, and it's Joe Judge as like a clown. We're sweeping the nation now.
Yeah, I mean Jacksonville. It's like how during the draft, New York was saying that they were a better draft position for Trevor Lawrence than Jacksonville was, but you can go back and see Gardner Minshew had more national deals than Sam Darnold, and now Jacksonville is setting another trend up in New York. So
True
it's
that.
amazing to see. We're definitely the rising city on the East Coast now.
Let's hope. If we make this last cut, my player to cut, Carlos Hyde, should never have been on the team in the first place. I cannot stand him because he's God, I don't know. He might be worse than Toby 2 Yards. He makes me so mad. Guy stinks. Just flat out stinks. But Let us know after we post the episode who you would cut. It could be the same as ours. It could be somebody different. We'll definitely leave that open for you guys on Twitter.
So my honorable mention, like I said, I thought about right when we were mentioning this segment. Mr. Sack Guru himself, Caleb Von Chason, can go kick rocks as well. He can't get a sack. Yeah, I'm done with him too. He's another player I would consider.
Yeah,
cutting.
like he's not getting double teamed like Josh Allen is. He's just not
stinks.
very good.
He stinks. And now
How's his impact on special teams, though?
I could care less. But now because of him not
Special
getting
teams stink, so it doesn't matter.
Him not getting 8 sacks this year I lost a bet with someone. I now have to pay for a round of golf because of him. He can go kiss my ass.
You better be going to like Palm Valley or something.
We'll see about that. I have to pay for a round, so I'm going for the cheapest golf. No, I'm just kidding. He's a loyal listener. He knows who he is.
Well, getting into the meat and potatoes of the show, our last episode, episode 54, was released 27 days ago. We've already touched on some things that happened. Obviously, Mike was ready for Urban to be fired. Urban was fired. The Jags were 2-10. We're now 2-14. The losses include Tennessee, Houston, the Jets, and New England. The let's see what else. Oh, Mike's prediction. Mike's bold prediction of saying that. Well, the first one I have here, you can talk about your second one, but the first one here, Mike predicted that we would not score more than 60 points in the final 5 games. 60 points. In the games since he predicted that, we've scored 0, so that was perfect for you. 16, 21, and 10. 47 points total. If we score more than 13 points next week, or this weekend coming up against the Colts, Mike loses. Just no money, no nothing, or anything like that. And if the other way around, it is what it is. So 13 points. You think we score 13 points, Mike?
Hell no.
Really? I think we could.
We barely even scored 10, and that was because it was garbage time.
Yeah, I think that's why we
you
would.
gotta look at the fact that Indianapolis can't do anything when they come to Jacksonville. It's just too daunting of an atmosphere for them, and with all these clowns dressed up now, it's going to be even more intimidating. I know there's a major phobia of clowns, and you never know. One of those players could be very frightened by that.
That's very true.
And I also want to just point out, though, if we do lose, I think Jacksonville might be the first team. Well, I'd have to look at the other team's results, too, but we would have doubled our win total from the year prior while matching our loss total. I just think that's pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, with the expanded... Yeah. Yeah. That's actually kind of interesting. 2-15. Ooh. It makes me cringe. Honestly, do you want to be the first pick?
Yes, absolutely. I'm tired of this.
Am I scared? Are we not scared, though, that we draft the wrong person first?
We always do. That's why you trade the pick.
You think we should trade the first overall pick?
That's life now at this point, Keith. You're asking if we're scared of life.
I mean, touche. But wait, I'm coming back to you, Mike. You want us to trade the first overall pick?
Yes.
For what?
Anything.
No one's going to trade for it.
Yeah, someone will trade for Kayvon Thibodeau or Aiden Hutchinson or Evan Neal. Someone will do it.
I don't know. I think you just take a receiver and just be done with it.
No, I'm not taking receiver number 1. No chance in hell.
No Darius Hayward-Bays. I know he wasn't first overall, but he was the first round top 10 pick.
So my thing is, on the current 53-man roster, there's about 5 players I would keep. Actually, you know what? 3 to 4 players I'm keeping.
Okay, Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
We're going down the list right here. I already had the roster pulled up.
Matthew Wright.
Who?
Matthew Wright.
No, he can go. He can leave he can leave town as well.
Etienne?
Are we drafting a kicker in the 3rd round this year?
No, Travis Etienne will stay, in my opinion.
Okay, James Robinson, right?
That is correct.
So you got Cisco and then Tyson Campbell?
Wait, I'm going down by positions. Jamal Agnew?
No.
No? Not even as a returner?
Those are the only 3 players I would keep.
Those are the
Everyone else can go.
on the entire team.
I am done.
Josh Allen?
Anything that Urban Meyer touched, go.
Dan Arnold?
There's only 3 players left on this team, I think.
No one on the offensive line?
No. Brandon Linder is an argument. So 4. No one on this defense that just allowed 50 points to Mac check down Jones should be on this team. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. No, I love this.
Miles Jack needs to get the fuck out of town. I'm over him. He sucks. Shaq Griffin, waste of money.
Andre
Campbell-
Cisco?
No,
He's young.
Hell no. After what I saw, Cisco, it was in the fourth quarter. They're down 31-3. He celebrated a pass breakup in the end zone, and
Because
I'm
it's
like,
like
bro,
the first time he played this season.
you're down 28 points. You don't celebrate that. I'm sorry. No, you don't celebrate your
He's
incomplete
a
pass.
rookie. That someone's got to teach him that.
Okay, look, both of you have mentioned this already about players celebrating. I don't care if they fucking celebrate. I just want them to play well, and if they make a good play, good for them.
In my argument, I don't mind celebrating either. Like, that's what he can celebrate a pass breakup. I was just saying Wingard would celebrate when a player would still gain 3 or 4 yards, and that's like, why are you celebrating positive yardage? That's my only thing.
Okay. Wait, what about Logan Cook?
Debatable. Okay, you know what?
He's the
5
best puncher
players
in the
max.
league
That's
right now. He
it.
can
You bring
throw
up
it,
Cook.
too.
Cook was one of the. I said right before this whole thing started. I said 5, maybe even 3 players. But Cook, I think, deserves it because he arguably is the best punter in the league, which is sad that we have to say that. And
Well, at least if we're bad, we should
and
have the best
Linder.
punter, right?
And Linder. No one on this defense should stay. Miles Jack can go. He has done nothing to earn that contract, in my opinion. Josh Allen, I would trade him right now.
Damn.
He's done nothing.
Tyson Campbell?
No, I'm not a fan of Tyson Campbell. I never was. He got burned the first 8 games. He had 2 good games. Everyone thinks he's the second coming of Rasheed Mathis. The hell?
Oh, I wish you could just see how mad he looks, Skyler.
I'm over this
He
fucking
looks so
franchise.
upset. This
They
is
cannot
great.
make a pick for anything. Like, who is Trevor Wallace Sims? He's a guard. I've never seen him play. Ben Barch sucks. Walker Little apparently looked good on Sunday. I don't know how because the offensive line looked like dog shit. Jawan Taylor can kick rocks too. Everyone can go. I'm tired of this.
It's not even rookie. It just says first
I
season.
just think it's a bad season of coaching, and every player digressed because of that.
But again, who is the one who built this roster? Trent Baalke.
Trent
He needs to go.
You're
This
going
is a
to
joke.
The game dressed as a clown.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep,
Like we
exactly.
have Josh Hammond, Marvin, who has not. I don't think he's seen the field. Jalen Mickens, Chenault, Laquan Treadwell is an NFL reject, and yet he's probably leading our team in receiving.
It's still Marvin Jones, but
Is it Marvin Jones?
Yeah,
Oh God,
yeah.
even worse.
I mean, Treadwell's had some pretty nice catches, but yeah.
If I was the Jaguars, I would do not play Trevor Lawrence Sunday. There's no point. You're not going to
What
beat the
about
Colts.
Chark? You keeping Chark?
Chark, no, he can kick. He can go too.
Is there anybody else hurt that we're missing, Skyler? Anybody else hurt? Let's look.
Like,
Do we
look,
bring Lambo back?
Lambo might come back after getting Ermeyer fired.
I didn't even realize. Oh, he's not COVID.
All right, well,
Okay, well, I mean, do
Sunday's
you
gonna be
think
fun.
that's fair, Skyler? Do you think what he's saying is fair, or do you think that he's just
Angry.
outlashing because he's pissed off with how bad this team is?
well, I mean, you can look at it like it wouldn't be unfair, to be honest, because Houston Texans pretty much did that this offseason, and they were a better team as a result. Like that's the thing. We just want to be a better team. So if you need to get rid of these players to bring in veteran players that are on 1-year deals in the meantime, just because they're more fired up to play than Josh Allen and Miles Jack, then so be it. That's what you got to do.
I'm
So
sorry,
not-
but Josh Allen and Miles Jack have done nothing for me in terms of production. Josh Allen has 5.5 sacks this year. He had 2 of them against the Bills.
I mean, he's been double teamed.
Not
But
recently.
if he played like he did against the Bills every game, that would be awesome. It'd be
Yeah,
amazing.
but my thing is I think he's had a total of 18 sacks in his career. One of his first season, he had 10.5.
that's
So
what
that just
they had
shows the
Campbell.
last 2 seasons he's done nothing. For me, I would trade him in a heartbeat for a stud wide receiver. I would trade Josh Allen and next year's pick for a stud receiver. I would do it. He's done nothing the last 2 years. Him and Miles Jack can go.
He was hurt in 2020, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's played 8 games. But still, 2 sacks in 8 games, not good. He had 5.5 and 15. 2 years ago, when he had Ngakoue, he had 10.5, and he looked like a stud his rookie year. But now he looks like shit.
Mike is mad. I can't name the episode that again. I'm sorry. It just goes against my morals.
Just name him Mike
Well,
Mad
do
24/7. I
Do
don't
you
know.
think do you think if we get Hutchinson or Thibodeau, that kind of helps him, or do you think we're better off pairing Thibodeau and Hutchinson with Smoot?
No, I think it would help immediately. Either one of them, if you get them, it's going to help.
I would prefer Thibodeau over Hutchinson. Hutchinson got schooled against Georgia.
I agree. Hutchinson looked like a peewee player out there.
He looked like Taven Bryan.
Ooh. Yikes.
So I'm not gonna want another. I'm sorry, I don't want another defensive tackle and that can't rush the passer more than one season. Aiden Hutchinson did nothing in his 2 years before, except this year, and he balls out. Ironically, wonder why. Draft season.
I mean, I can't argue that.
I'm sticking with Thibodeau if we stay at 1, or Evan Neal, one of those two. Otherwise, trade out.
Okay, all right. Well, with that,
because we need to help Trevor Lawrence as much as we can.
For sure. So helping Trevor Lawrence, well, obviously we're going to need a new head ball coach. There's been names thrown around. There's been interviews had. There's been weird things going on. Any thoughts on Jim Harbaugh?
No, thank you.
If we interview him, I'm all for it because that means Balky is gone the next day or the same day.
That's true.
I can see that as a positive, yeah. I think Balky's gone anyways. I think it's weird how Shot's just riding it out at this point, but I'm still a no-go for Harbaugh regardless of the GM.
Agreed. I mean, he did have some success in the NFL, but I think I'm good. Do you think Skyler?
I just don't want to call it a college coach again right now.
Yeah.
I want someone who's been in the league for a little bit at the moment.
So would like a Doug Peterson interest you?
I think of the coaches who have league experience who haven't been coaching, I think Caldwell interests me more as someone who I was wanting last year, and as someone who I still want this year. Peterson, I'm sure I wouldn't be upset with it. I just don't know if I want that style of coaching. Like he just seems more of a uptight coach, and Jim Caldwell kind of seems more like he's not loose by any means, but he's definitely not like the most uptight. He definitely lets players be themselves. It seems, in my opinion.
Fair, yeah. So far the at least from what I know, and I'm looking at Mike's tweet to help me. The requested interviews or confirmed interviews are Byron Leftwich, Bowles, Moore, Quinn. I don't even know who Eberflus is. I'm not even gonna lie. Nathaniel Hackett.
That's the defensive coordinator for Indianapolis.
Well, look at you. Good call.
I just saw a tweet today. So.
Oh, okay. And Peterson and Caldwell. So nothing really super exciting. Nothing terrible. I mean, I don't think Leftwich would be very good, but it's going to be interesting.
Would you prefer Todd Bowles over Leftwich if we got one of the coordinators from Tampa?
Yes.
I would prefer Bowles over Leftwich. I don't want Leftwich anywhere near this franchise.
And why is that? Just because we didn't treat him well when he was a player? Or?
No, it's because he's only being mentioned because the timing is hilarious. Once Brady gets there, he turns into this amazing offensive coordinator. How do we know it's not Brady, the GOAT?
Well, I think it's a combination of both because Brady still is the oldest he's ever been, but he's performing better than he's ever performed in terms of offensive production. And I think it's just like Leftwich and Brady talking to each other. They've both gotten a better understanding. Well, Leftwich probably has definitely gotten a better understanding of offense and how to, run it. Brady's always known how to do a functioning offense to do what he needs to do, but now it's just more explosive. And, I mean, he's got a ton of weapons down there, too, at the same time, but that's where I think Leftwich would come in with that knowledge of you have to load the offense with weapons. You have to run offense a certain way. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be. Leftwich isn't gonna come in not knowing anything. He's got a lot of great mentors down there. And I think just being with Brady has definitely helped him mature more as a coach too.
I don't know. I just think that has more to do with Bruce Arians and Tom Brady than him actually knowing how to coach. That's my opinion, but
I don't know. I think Byron and Brady probably spend more time together than Arians and Brady.
maybe so.
Yeah.
But I'm just not a fan of Leftwich. I don't think he's really earned anything. Even when he was the OC in Arizona, what did he have to work with? And he didn't look any good, any better with whoever the quarterback was in Arizona. But with Brady, he looks like this incredible
was he the
offensive.
coordinator when they went to the NFC Championship with Palmer and Fitzgerald and such?
I don't know, to be honest with you. But again,
Because
Arians is the one calling.
If he was, then he's been to the conference champion twice with two different teams as a coordinator.
Yeah, but my thing is it Arians calling the plays? Because it feels like it's Arians calling the plays, not Leftwich.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Leftwich has been with Arians for X amount of years now, and that's how Arians has gotten successful, because he was with Dungy for X amount of years.
Yeah, but
And
Dungy never
so
was the
forth.
one calling plays. That's my issue.
But Skylar, you're looking at it as like
Well, I'm just
Skylar,
saying,
you're looking at it as like a mentor
Leftwich
thing.
is going to have to learn how to call his own plays if he's not calling them now. But also at the same time, if he's a head coach, he can give a coordinator the play calling duties, and he can just handle his team as a head coach. So I see where you're going with it, but I just think it's just an invalid argument because, it's not invalid. I shouldn't say that. It's definitely a valid argument, but it's just that I think he himself has done a lot of maturing, and we're not going to know what he does until he gets into that position, but I don't think it'll be a failure because I think you just need to get someone offensive-minded who has league experience and knows how to be around a functioning offense for Trevor Lawrence. I don't think it needs to be anything crazy. It doesn't need to be, Sean Payton. It doesn't need to be a guru. It just needs to be someone who knows how to have a functioning offense and it knows how the league works and such. Whereas with Urban, it was just chaotic. He didn't coach. He wasn't a head coach. He just checked out at 5 o'clock apparently and left, went home, whatever. That wouldn't happen with Left.
The good
At least
life.
we'd have some system involved. And I think that's just all you need.
I personally am wanting. My top 3 is Doug Peterson. My next choice would be Jim Caldwell, and my third is Kellen Moore. But also my tied for third, right behind him, is Nathaniel Hackett. I feel like he has definitely learned a lot ever since he was the OC here in Jax. He was blasted for his conservative play calling here, and now when you have
Mike, I just want to know how much of that offensive play calling is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yep.
Let me continue. Rodgers has specifically stated on the record that Hackett is a great mind and whatnot. Brady has not said that. Brady has gone against some of Leftwich's play calls during the game, and you can see those those comments if you Google it. Brady has blasted Leftwich's play calling before.
Damn, you're making us Google things now, Mike? Oh, man, that's a lot of work.
So,
I think that's Brady's personality to an extent, too. I know this is like the first time Aaron Rodgers has been in love with a coordinator, but I think, Brady's had issues with Josh McDaniels in the past, but they've gone past it because they've been with each other for so many years after a while. So, I think that's Brady's personality, but I'm also with you. I wouldn't be upset with Nathaniel Hackett. I remember when Keith and I went to a game and Keith walked right over and we were saying, he might be the next head coach somewhere. And then
I remember
next
that.
thing he's fired like the next week or
Yeah.
so.
it was the next week.
So the thing is with Hackett, though, he's learning from Rodgers, and he's also learning from LaFleur. And LaFleur came from what's-his-face's coaching tree, McVay. And I swear, everything that Sean McVay touches turns to fucking gold with the play call. Look at Brandon Staley in Los Angeles, the Chargers. And I just feel like him being the OC in Jacksonville, he learned a lot, and not to be conservative. And he definitely could be the next up-and-coming head coach. I don't know. I feel like he's learned a lot from being the extremely conservative play caller, which cost us the AFC Championship
he's
game.
Conservative, not to interrupt, I just think that goes back to Blake Bortles being the quarterback, too. With Trevor Lawrence, it wouldn't be as much of an issue.
Oh, so you're saying Blake Bortles was trash, and that's why we're really conservative?
No, I'm just saying the coaches had trust issues with everyone on the team.
No, but it's because Blake Bortles was trash.
No, I mean, you clearly couldn't trust Ramsey either. Doesn't mean Ramsey was trash.
I would trade those first-round picks back for Jalen Ramsey right now if we could.
Oh, yeah, me too. But I mean, I don't know, because he just fought his teammate. We don't need that. But I don't know.
They're in the playoffs,
I
and
miss him a ton.
we have been dysfunctional, so I'm good with punching a teammate occasionally.
Do you guys, or well, this is more for you, Mike. Do you think that Jalen's going to fight John Wolford for that number? Because he wants his number.
John Wolford's number is what, 8?
Nah, yeah, because that's what he wore.
I thought it was 10.
He's 5.
No, he changed his number like 3 times already.
Not Ramsey. Tell on John Wolford's number.
Yeah, Wolford's changed his number multiple times because other people have wanted it. But Jalen wanted his number, and he didn't give it to him.
Well, he changed from 20 to 5 this year, so...
Yeah, he went to 5 because it's like... He did some math or something. It was something stupid. It was like God and my mom or something like that.
Because of Blake Bortles.
Yeah, oh, that's right. My bad, yeah.
5 and dime.
No. It was something to do with God or something like that. But
coming from, I'm not... Jalen Ramsey is the biggest hypocrite with that, but I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on that topic.
Well, why don't we switch things up, eh? Let's get some things out. You know what? Let's go local.
One last thing. Fire Balky, please. Please.
Sunday night. Book it.
Better be Sunday afternoon.
Well, let the game end.
No, do it third quarter so everyone at the stadium can celebrate. Like, how awesome would that be? Everyone in the stadium starts cheering after a Twitter notification.
No, they come over the PA. Attention, Jaguars fans. Trent Baalke has been relieved of his duties. Proceed with the celebration. Woo!
And the clown masks come off.
Let the clowns out. Everyone throws their shit on the field. That'd be awesome.
It'd be terrible.
Well, it'd be like the Iceman games where they do the teddy bear or that too. But we do like a teddy bear toss where everyone brings a teddy bear, they throw them on the ice, you scoop them all up, and they're all donated to charity or stuff like that. Yeah. It's a really cool thing, but you just get one of those really big scooper things or just like a broom or something and just push it all into a pile, and then we'll be fine. Let the cheerleader sift through it or something.
Speaking of the Iceman.
Yeah, you know what they should do? They should fire Baalke AEW style. You know, have that ring set up during the game, and like all of a sudden during like one of the intermissions, they just show the rink and like Shad Khan's like body slamming Baalke and says you're fired. And then he like runs out onto the field. Everyone like celebrates him.
They bring out The Rock and he just gets on the mic and says, "Shut up, bitch!" Just like all the Twitter things.
Well, that's WWE. I don't know if you can really mix that together.
But that's Jaguars Twitter right there in a nutshell.
I get it. I understand them. Yeah, but Shad Khan wouldn't be able to supply The Rock. He'd have to bring like he has a wrestler I think called the Librarian or something.
Hey, there we go. I know one of my buddies knows all of them. But anyway, let's wrap things up. We're going to go into a local update. We mentioned the Icemen. The Icemen are hot. Holy crap. They've won. I mean, Mike, you and I talked about it over a month ago now. They weren't very good.
They were one of the worst teams in the league. Now
they are the best team in the entire ECHL. They've won 9 out of their last 10. Since December 1st, they are 11-2. That's awesome. Holy crap. Like, I am beyond impressed. I still have not gone to a game this season. I have only myself to blame for that. They're the first team... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, does that mean Winnipeg's going to win the Stanley Cup in 3 years?
They're not affiliated with the Jets anymore.
They're the Columbus Jets, right? Sorry.
No, well, it was the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah. All right. I was combining teams, so...
it's okay.
Yeah, so that means Columbus is going to win the Stanley Cup in 3 years.
Could be. It could very well be. They need a lot of help. That's the thing, but they're not very good this year. But anyway, the Icemen are the first team to 40 points. They've been on a tear. They actually have a game coming up. Well, when you're listening to this, January 5th, today, they'll be playing at Norfolk against the Admirals. So, go Icemen. Go men. That's what we used to say.
Go men.
Go men. Because, we were funny.
I wish they would change the name to something more personal to Jacksonville.
What do you think? You want to go back to? I want to go back to the
if they could
Everblades.
Go back to Lizard Kings
Or
or
Lizard
Barracudas,
Kings, I
that
mean.
would be fine with me. They could also come up with something. They pay branding, marketing people. I'm sure. Like, why can't they come up with something?
Maybe they will. I think they just stuck with this because they already had everything for it when they were in Evansville, and they're kind of waiting for some success maybe, and then they would change it. So, no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Um,
what would you want?
Oh, I like the Lizard Kings. Or go back to the Barracudas. That was great, too.
Yeah. I love the colorways of both those teams. I mean, those Lizard Kings you can't really beat. You got, like, black and purple and green and yellow.
Yeah, no,
it
was very pretty. I like that a lot. I wish they existed still.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have JU and UNF hoops. So, obviously, we've seen in a lot of professional and, college, too, sports have been slowed by COVID-19, and JU actually canceled their game against Campbell on the 2nd of this month and postponed their game against Kennesaw State. That was scheduled for when you're listening to this. Their next game scheduled is going to be versus Florida Gulf Coast on the 8th, which is Saturday at 6 p.m. They haven't lost at home yet this season, so that'll be a good test for the Dolphins. UNF has canceled multiple games. They canceled at Kansas State versus Florida National and versus Kaiser University, all in the December timeline. And their next game scheduled is, coincidentally, also against Florida Gulf Coast. That one is at Florida Gulf Coast on the 5th, again, today at 7:30. They are, unfortunately, only 4-9. They've had some very, very tough games on their slate. But hopefully, they'll turn it around in league play. So, JU and UNF, I think both have the tools to be pretty good. JU honestly has surprised me with how they've played this year. They were battling with Georgia for a while in that game. It's been a pretty fun season so far. UNF, I mean, they played such powerhouses. It was hard to really get a gauge on them. But they had some, good wins against small teams. But Florida Gulf Coast is always a fun test. And the 50th anniversary celebration of the River City Rumble is January 15th at 5 p.m. That one is at home for UNF. So keep your calendars, or put that in your calendar now, so that way you don't forget that, because that is going to be, I think, a really good game this year.
We'll check it out.
Definitely.
We'll check it out.
Lastly, I just want to do some wrap-ups. R.I.P. Betty White, John Madden, both icons in their own respective fields. John Madden obviously was huge for us. We all played Madden. And lastly, we have the Washington football team is going to be changing their name officially on 2/2/22, February 2nd of this year. Do we have any guesses? What do we think it's going to be? What do we think they're going to go with for their name change? Skylar?
I saw that Red Wolves is out. I thought that one was the favorite for the longest time. Wasn't one I liked. Before this was all an issue, I always personally thought, like, the simplest thing would be to just change your team name to Native. But I gotta think they go something like the Generals or something of that nature. Maybe Red Tails, if that's the right one, like the Jet, reference to like Jet.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe Congress. Call it the Washington Congress.
That would be hilarious. That sounds like an arena team name. I'm thinking the Admirals or the Commanders. Those are my two guesses. Admirals or Commanders. What do you think, Mike?
Just to say something again, I just realized, wasn't the Washington Generals the team from the replacement?
Yes.
So never mind.
I think they're the Generals. I can't remember.
I thought the Generals was the name of the team that plays against the Globetrotters.
It might be that too. I don't know. I know they've been in sports one way or another.
Isn't that right, Skylar?
Which one was that again?
The Generals. Isn't that the team that the Globetrotters beat up on?
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm ruling that team name out.
Yeah.
So the Red Tails or the Congress?
Yeah, and I honestly don't know. I think this football team is honestly a legit name. Just change up the uniforms a little bit.
I agree. I like it a lot.
And that's where I'm going. I'm thinking they're going to stick with Washington football team just to piss off everyone, but they're going to have a logo change for sure instead of just the W. But I actually don't mind the football team. I
think it's unique.
It's unique. It's different. No NFL team's going to copy that because why would they?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, I just thought that was a fun little thing to end it on. Any errors, omissions, comments from either of you guys that we need to add?
Nope.
I'll just say R.I.P. to my brother and sister's dad too, Robert James Crosby Jr. Just over the holidays we lost him. Since we mentioned John Madden, Betty White, I mean, it's important to mention any loss too. So
heck yeah, no. R.I.P. I didn't know about that. I'm sorry, Skylar. That's awful. Gone too soon.
It was obviously bad timing. It's just I'm glad he's no longer in pain or anything.
Absolutely, that's the important thing. No longer in pain, in a better place, as is better for everybody. So. Thank you all for listening to another episode of Dimes on Duval. For Skylar Chase, Mike Yazji, I am Keith Manzi. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.
Fuck you, Balky.